What's happening, everybody? I figure I'd do a video with you guys today on a little update on the projects we got going on with the El Camino, the wife's father's 65 Chevelle, and our Blazer. We haven't did a video since me and Tony ended up going out to the Honey Hole Salvage Yard, we call it, and picking up some parts. We did get an engine wiring harness picked up there for the Chevelle, but it ain't the best shape, that it's in. So I priced them out, and I can actually get a new wiring harness with the upgraded internal regulated alternator. That way we don't have to run a voltage regulator. And it has the updated for the HEI in case we didn't want to run a coil and points ignition for $134 through autowire.com. So I figured we would probably end up doing that, just putting a new underhood wiring harness for the engine side. And we'll also do one for the headlight side also. But out there, when we were out there, we picked up a couple of the trim rings for a set of 8-inch vet rallies, because now I have a set of 4 8-inch rallies and a set of 7-inch rallies, which Johnny's car here is going to have the 7-inch rallies on it with brand new Cooper Cobra GTs. Oh, what size are these? These are a 225/70 R15. So her car will get the 7-inch rallies with the, there we go. We'll see a little better that way. Hers will get the 7-inch rallies with all brand new tires in case she wants to run rally wheels instead of the center lines. The center lines are some old, they're good wheels. They're just old, and the tires are really old. But we also ended up picking up, not at the salvage yard, but I picked up a set of the 462s. And these are a 1966 casting, 462 closed chamber, camelback head, which there's no provisions. Let me switch this back here. There's no provisions in the front of the head for the accessories. I did find a cross member, an A-body cross member, but I don't know if it's for, the Chevelle. The guy that we went to down almost to Detroit, me and Tony did one of our runs down there. That's where we picked up the heads. I picked up the cross member. I picked up this alternator with the correct bracketry on it that would actually bolts to the manifold, and it's got the old school adjustment bracket there. I picked up original automatic shifters. One's for a power glide, one's for a 3-speed. So that's a good score. Miscellaneous linkage here for them. I actually picked up the original shifter for the El Camino for when I put the console back in it. It'll have the original shifter for it. This is the original 4-speed shifter that came with the Chevelle that was in the trunk of the car. And that's an original 64 through 67 Chevelle 4-speed with console bucket seats. But I purchased another Hurst competition shifter, as you guys can see there, with all the linkage. But we had one that was already on one of the Transits that we got with the car. And we got to take parts off of this tranny on the M21 and put it onto this one, and to make it work. But yeah, we've been collecting parts left and right, trying to get everything situated to get her car on the road. There's a 400 turbo for the old Blazer. But we have an engine We have an engine, a 1967 327 out of a 67 Bel Air, which is the same thing as an Impala. Our boy Terrence Boyer from Dayton, Ohio, hooked us up with that from somebody he knows. And we're supposed to go down mid-June to pick it up. The motor, the trans, it's got all the brackets. It's got the original cast iron 4-barrel intake, the original carburetor, original distributor, original coil, all the brackets, original water pump, motor mounts, everything that we're going to need to get the Chevelle up and running with the 327, which came factory. Everybody knows that. With the 327 Muncie 4-speed. But until we get the Z-bar and all the rest of the brackets for the 4-speed, I do have a brand new 350 turbo that Tony has built, of course, over at the Trant shop, that we're gonna probably put in here just to get it up and running and moving on its own power until we can get all the 4-speed stuff figured out and all the parts collected. And we're gonna, like I said, we got to change parts from that M21 to the other one, and everything that we need. And Tony also hooked us up with I think this is a newer style aluminum small block intake for it, which would be nice, but that other engine, it came with an intake. So, but look at this intake here, guys. It's an old Snowflake big block 475 horse 427, you guys run that number, old Corvette intake for the big block. That was a decent find there. I actually got Tony's engine pulled out of the corner. I'm going to spray the oil pan, and we're going to get this shipped back over to his house, and he can figure out what he's going to put it on or in whenever. We got the big block back there. For all of you guys that remember, we tore this down because we found the pickup tube was laying in the bottom of the pan, and then we found a chip in the cylinder here, like I don't know what it is, but you can see a split there. So I gotta have my buddy look at it and see what can be done about that. And it's gonna have to be re-rung, honed at the minimum, or at the least, you know, honed and re-rung. Probably new bearings, and then the heads will have to be gone through also, and that'd be at a later date. Big blocks are expensive. But on the old El Camino here, we had to change the starter out. If you guys can remember, I kept complaining about the Optima batteries. Well, the first time we went to take this out this year, it did the same thing. It'd roll over good a couple times, and then it would act like the battery was going dead. And all along, it was the mini starter that's been on the car for probably 8-10 years. Change the starter, now it rolls over like brand new. Imagine that. Don't mind the mess back here, but I also picked up a couple these are the other two of the Corvette rallies that I was missing to make a set for Jenny's car. There's my set for the El Camino with 275 6015 Cooper Cobras on it. So I still have two that the boys got at the house, and then the other two are over here in this mess. The tunnel for the Blazer, but they're back there. So like I said, we have a complete set for both cars now, so that's pretty awesome. Man, it's hot in here. I thought it was chilly out here all day today, rainy. But I said, I'll go out and do a video, and here I opened the garage up and it's almost 90 degrees in here. But we got an old school bell housing for when we do get the Muncie ready to go. You guys remember the old mouse motor here? This is one that Tony got. He bought a couple, 3 of them out, and from here forward, it just had a mouse nest built right to the top of the intake valley, and it was just rusty, but I got everything all cleaned up. This is actually going to have to be bored out and re-ringed and bearinged and rebuilt also. So, but it's a 354 bolt 73 Camaro engine. And let's move on to the Blazer. We got our arc panel in. It's an 8000R switch panel. The R means it's for the roll bar mount. I'm not going to unpackage everything, but you guys pretty much know what they are. It's got 8 switches, monetary switch for the starter, all that good stuff. So we got that in. We're still waiting on our camshaft. Going on 4 months now. I ordered it. It's should be here soon. So they're saying at the end of June, so another month. But it's going to be a bad boy camshaft for that big block. Get out here in the breeze for a minute. Boy, it's hot in there. It's in the winter, it takes a lot to heat it, but whew, in the summer, it takes a lot to cool it. But yeah, I mean, we've been cruising the El Camino, and it's actually been cruising good with that new converter in here. And I got it jetted way down to where it's happy. You know, it ain't lean or nothing like that, but when the Blazer comes back from all the stuff that's getting done to that, I'm actually going to be pulling the ignition box, all the nitrous, everything off of this. The boy's going to get the nitrous kit, but all the ignition stuff's going to be going in the Blazer. But yeah, slowly collecting parts for this project here. I want to get this up and going for her. She's wanting this done. We got some extra trim that was in the trunk. Original sill plates up there. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing on the road here real soon. Period correct 327 until we can afford, like I said, to get the big block done for it. But you know, we have an extra oil pan for small block. We got the clutch and the flywheel that came off of this engine. And you know, if something happens where that 327 on the Kentucky-Ohio border falls through, I'm just going to go ahead and rebuild this, put a set of flat tops in it, and rings, bearings, a 350 camshaft. You know, nothing radical, nice streetable cam. And I'm going to put these 462 closed chambered, I think they're either a 58 or a 62 cc camelbacks on it. That way they'd be period correct. And yeah, that's what we've been up to, is just collecting parts. But the most excited, you know, I've been, you know, finding these shifters here. Anything 65 is just unbelievably hard to find. They actually got the Midland Antique Festival coming up this weekend of the 1st of June in Midland, Michigan. And they got a huge swap meet that they always do. And I've been saving a little bit of ducats. I sold a couple things to be able to go there and look for some more parts. So we're getting close on the Blazer and Jenny's car. The El Camino, now that the starter's changed, she's cruising. She's ready to go. I would like to change the gear out in it, put a smaller gear like a 342 in the El Camino and detame it even more. But that's here nor there. We got enough projects going on. But I figured I'd do just a quick video with you guys, letting you see what was going on with everything, and bring you up to speed on the Blazer, on the old Chevelle here, and the El Camino. And like I said, we got a I'm going to spray paint the oil pan on Tony's engine and get it back to him. But heck yeah, the A-body garage full of parts. I'm really excited about this. You know, I've been wanting one of these. You know, it's going to make things so much easier on wiring that truck. And the old El Camino, it served its purpose as a drag car. I beat the snot out of it for 15 years. It deserves to get cruising, you know what I mean? Be a nice cruiser. Along with that, it's going to be a cruiser, no drag car. But anyways, I just wanted to bring you up to speed. And as usual, guys, I really appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. All right, bye-bye.